Subscribe my YouTube channel. And click bell icon. Like and share video. Australia raises with Iran imprisoned Australian academic. Australia's foreign minister has raised with her Iranian counterpart the fate of an imprisoned Australian-British academic after a report that the woman had urged the Australian government to help free her. Australia's foreign minister said on Friday she had raised with her Iranian counterpart the fate of an imprisoned Australian-British academic after a report that the woman had urged the Australian government to help free her. Foreign Minister Marise Payne declined to detail her conversation with Mohammad Javad Zarif about convicted academic Kylie Moore-Gilbert on the sidelines of a global leadership conference in India. "This is not a detention that we support. We don't accept the charges," Payne told the Australian Broadcasting Corp. In New Delhi. "I don't think it's appropriate to talk about the details of that conversation, but to assure Australians and to assure Dr. Moore-Gilbert's family that I have raised that matter again," she added. Moore-Gilbert, a Melbourne University lecturer on Middle Eastern Studies, has been held in the notorious Evin prison in Tehran since September 2018. She was arrested at Tehran airport while trying to leave the country after attending an academic conference. She was convicted of spying and sentenced to 10 years in prison. A recent appeal was rejected. The Guardian reported Moore-Gilbert wrote in June to Prime Minister Scott Morrison, "I beg you to act faster to bring this terrible trauma that myself and my family must live through day after day." She wrote again in December, "6 months have passed, during this time I have remained in the same prison without any improvement in my intolerable conditions," the newspaper reported. "Over the past 9 months I have been completely banned from any contact with my family, with the exception of a 3-minute phone call with my father, which was only granted after I took desperate measures which put my own life at risk," she wrote. "I have undertaken 5 hunger strikes as my only means to raise my voice, but to no avail. As predicted, I have now received a conviction of 10 years in prison, and my appeal has failed," she wrote. "I beg of you, Prime Minister Morrison, to take immediate action, as my physical and mental health continues to deteriorate with every additional day that I remain imprisoned in these conditions," she added. The letters were smuggled out of prison and published by the Center for Human Rights in Iran, the newspaper said. Payne said last week that Moore-Gilbert's plight was a factor in Australia's consideration of whether it would follow the United States in ratcheting up sanctions against Iran in retaliation for a missile strike on 2 Iraqi military bases hosting U.S. troops. There were no casualties. "The government has been working extremely hard in relation to the ongoing detention of Kylie Moore-Gilbert," Payne said. "We don't accept the charges on which she has been held and are concerned for her protection and the conditions under which she is held. It is always a focus for us in terms of important consular matters such as this, but we make every decision that we make in Australia's national interests." Payne added. Australia has yet to announce new sanctions.